First word. Soft. Oh, chocolate chip cookies. Chocolate chip cookies.
Soft and chewy.
Why'd you put the little A? Is that called a hyphen?
Yeah.
So it was A hyphen America Painting, and I think we kind of went over that.
Yeah, well, it was going to be just America, you know, that whole America.
I did hear the story. That's right. You were like telling me about that. So Stephen Henderson with a PH, A America Painting with a hyphen. You got a lot of parts that are moving, man. That makes you unique. So glad to have you here. We've connected about a month or so back, and I've been a raving fan, straight up raving fan. You know that. We always say, Chris and I were talking, we always say, like, when you meet someone that has it, they have it. And it's really hard to find that. We noticed that, just the personality that you have, the work that you're putting out, and yeah, man, just proud to have you here. So
man, I look forward to it.
It's great. So let's get into a little bit about Stephen. We're going to talk about his brand a little bit, but I really want to get to know you more, because we've conversed a lot.
Yeah.
We've had lunch. But I really want to get into, so I know a lot about you that people at home don't know that much about you. They're probably seeing your red truck popping up, your logo going up. So we're going to get to know you just a little bit, But let's just start first. Let's talk about just you, your family. You said you have a daughter.
Yeah, I got a 7-year-old daughter.
So tell us.
I got a 7-year-old kid, Ava May.
Ava?
Ava May.
A-V-A?
A-V-A.
A-V-A.
To me, it's Ava May. May is her middle name, but she's my little Ava May. She's my little mini me. Looks just like me. Poor kid, but you know. Then she got a little brother too that I've kind of taken under my wing a little bit.
Yeah.
You know. And then
how old is he?
He's 2.
Oh, that's right. You were telling us. Yeah.
No, he's a little demon, man.
That's terrible twos, man. That's terrible.
Dude, he's got them going.
Wait until he's 3 or 4, and he'll be all right.
Yeah, yeah.
Then he's 12, then he's 13, and he's chasing girls, and
oh yeah,
yeah, you got
yeah.
He's done all that.
Yeah, man.
So, all right, man. Well, let's get a little bit into your brand. You know, as we said before the show, we don't talk too much about the brand because everyone can see. The links will be up top. They can click, they can check you out for painting and all this stuff. But obviously, the name's intriguing. You told us a little bit of a story, you know, about the name. So let's get into that. What enticed you about the name? How you got started? Who you worked for? What you did? So whatever you want to share.
Well, I was I've been in the business 20 years. My father started me in this business when I was 14. You know, I'd be the guy down in the basement doing basement beams and painting underneath stairs and caulk and putty and baseboard and trim and then going in. You know, I've worked for a few companies here in Florida since I've been here for about 12, 13 years. I take that back. Man, I get so busy I sit and add up time, and it's been over 14, almost 15 years now. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. Someone asked me, they said, "Oh, I've been in business since 1991," and I'm like, "That's when I moved to Florida." Fast that way.
Yeah, man, time just flies by.
Soon it'll be 20 years, man.
Yeah,
I know it.
The year's almost over.
Yeah, I know it.
Before you know it, it's gonna be Christmas.
It's November 1 already.
Yeah,
I know it.
But now going into, you know, I've been in the business good 20 years. And always worked for somebody, and I just one day I was like, you know what, it's just time for me to make my own staple in this business, and do a service for people, you know. And I come, and where America comes from, it was originally going to be just America Painting, and then I did a brand survey, paid this guy some money. He shot it out like to 3,000 or 4,000 people, and asked how was just America, how trustworthy it was. There's like 3 questions. I forget what one of them was. How trustworthy? Who would you call first? There's a 3rd question I can't remember.
When did you do this? When was this done?
Oh, I did the brand survey probably back in May or June of this year.
So this was after the after the elections happened, when the country was kind of where it's at.
Where it's at now. You know?
Okay.
But so it came back, and I was in last of all of them. You know. And in all the categories, I was least trustworthy. I was probably the last person they would call, and
that was America Painting.
Just America, you know. and a lot of the people, when they commented back, they said I sounded like I was an uneducated redneck hillbilly.
That was the
that was the comments that, you know, that was like the main comment that come back. Ah, you're just an uneducated redneck hillbilly starting a business.
It's kind of funny how people just assume or just make an assumption off of a brand name itself, but it does carry a lot.
If they probably seen a picture of him, they'd be like, "Oh, it's fitting," you know, the beard and you know, cowboy boots and the accent and all that good stuff.
But you're not like it.
Yeah,
it's
man,
not like that at all. Yeah, no, I could, because I'm getting to know you, so obviously I can see. But all right, so that came back. So from there, you decided.
Well, I was even after I had that survey, I was still going to stick with it, and I went back home the week of July 4th to go see my family, my brother and their babies, and my little niece.
Home is
Southern Ohio, just outside Cincinnati, a little town, Trenton, Ohio.
Okay.
And I was there, and I was talking with my brother, and we were at his father-in-law's house, and I asked him. I said, "Rick, shoot it to me straight." I handed him my business card that I had there. I said, "Shoot it to me straight. What do you think?" And he looks at me and he goes, I said, "Don't hold back, just because you know who I am or what." I said, I wanted 180%. Just give it to me. And he looks at me and goes, now he had no idea about the brand survey or anything that I did. And he looks at me and goes, "You sound like an uneducated redneck hillbilly starting a paint business." So as soon as I heard that, then I knew I got to do something. So then I was thinking, I was like, man, but I don't want to get away from that. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do simple. I'm going to throw an A on there, hyphen it up. So then, but it's still, what it does is A, America.
Now, why does that? Why did you stick with the name at all? Like, you know, I'm just asking. Like, if the survey came back one way, if it has this impression, I mean, I'm a patriot. You're a patriot. I mean, we've talked about that. You assist vets. You know, that's important to you. The community. I'm a veteran. The community of the veterans. We're a tight knit community as well. We don't really vocalize it nor share. There's private groups that we're part of, but yet we do refer within that on a level that's deep. So when someone puts that name on something, that means a lot. Well, to me and the veterans that watch this, they understand exactly what I'm saying. It means a lot to us. But you know, for you, so you've kept with that name. So I get that part of it. But after you got the backlash and the country is in uproar, why'd you stick with it?
I'm just proud. I'm proud to be a painter. I looked at it this way. I'm proud of the profession that I'm in, and I'm proud to be an American. Yeah. So, I mean, just those two things to me was just strong enough for me to keep going with it.
Love it.
You know what I mean? It's just, I'm proud of what I do. I love what I do, and I love being an American, and I'm proud to be an American.
Love it. I love it. Yeah, we've talked about that a bit too. You know, just like the name and how it shifts and what it can do for you. But yeah, you know, because there are people that'll stamp that name on there, and they're doing it for just the dollars, or just to get attention, or just to get a certain goal, you know, other than, because I want to hear that from you. I have never asked you that before.
No.
You know, why are you using the American flag? Why are you really using the name? Because that's a powerful name, especially now. And they can classify you in a certain way, saying you're a lover of Trump only, or you know, because he's going, so, you know, we're not going to talk about Trump at all, but, you know, geared towards, he's worried about the country first versus the global.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just like here, looking behind us here, and I mean, it's like the flag, you know, but having the truth behind it, that you do wear that.
Yeah, man. I mean, I look at it. When I look at that, I'm proud. I'm proud to be able. I get joy out of driving when I got the trailer hooked up to the truck. You know, I'm driving around town, and when I'm driving past people, and I can see without them even having to wave at me. When they see the bright red truck coming, you know, they don't see the trailer behind it yet. But when I pass them, I'm always looking in my mirror to see the people's reaction.
Who wrapped the truck up?
That was Monarch Direct.
Monarch, Mike does a good job over there, man.
Poor Charlotte, dude, guys are awesome.
Monarch, if you guys need a vehicle wrap, hit them up. They're really good.
They do a good job.
Mike and the crew. All right, let's talk a little bit more. Got some notes here behind you. I want to know I don't know how far we are from commercial, but I want to know about a couple things. First thing, what inspires you? What wakes Steven up in the morning? Got about a minute.
A minute.
So what wakes you up in the morning? Like, we have stuff that anchor us. Like, there's things that anchor my day. So when I have guests here, I always ask, what is the anchor? What inspires you? Get up in the morning.
Mine is my daughter, man. My daughter.
A lot of people say that. It's they're driven.
That's it. I look at my childhood, how my childhood was, and that's the whole reason why I'm doing this business. I mean, it's not for me.
Legacy, bro. Legacy.
Yeah, I'm building something for my daughter, and like I said, my childhood wasn't the best. You know, I was in foster care.
You were in foster care.
Yeah, I was in foster care from the time I was 8 till I was 18 years old.
So you bounce around from house?
No, luckily I got into a really, really good family.
Is that your family in Ohio, or did you rekindle with?
Yeah,
I'm sorry, we're going off track here.
No, that's all right. No, my foster family, they were in Ohio as well, but they were in another little town out, like way outside Cincinnati. But I still talk to my biological parents, you know, and I still talk to my foster parents as well.
How did that? I'm going off topic here, but
sorry.
how did when you do you remember the moment when you rekindled with your parents, the ones that had you?
Yeah.
Hold on to that thought.
Okay.
We're going to break the commercial. Be right back here in Chatter, Southwest Florida.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my big thing, like everybody asks me, what's your specialty? I mean, my specialty is making people happy, you know. If you can think about painting it, I'm going to do my best. If not, if it can be painted, I can paint it, you know. I mean, it's so, I don't really have a niche, like, what's my go-to thing, you know. I mean, I can do anything from spray your pool cage to, you know, sand and epoxy your floor and throw some flake in it, you know. I mean, it's, I'm so diverse in the painting end of it. Refinish cabinets. I mean, it's so my niche is paint. Their sidewalk's black, and I clean it up and put a fresh coat of paint on it, and they see like, oh my gosh, you know, that's my niche. Just seeing that smiling face, you know.
Okay. Okay, we're back from commercial break. Chatter, Southwest Florida, here with Stephen Henderson of America Painting.
Mm-hmm.
Glad to have you, man. We're just talking about when you connected with your parents. If you want to go back to that moment or whatever,
That's fine.
I'm curious because I've been very fortunate to have both of my parents. They're married still. They've been married.
Oh, wow.
They no divorce. I didn't have to live through that. So
That's good.
I have a son who's adopted. I adopted a son. He's up in Maine, and I hope he watches this. And miss him. I'm going to see in about another month or so. But so at that moment, you know, just go back to that for me because I'm intrigued by that.
I was 8 years old when I was taken and put in foster care. I remember a little bit about my childhood from up till I was about 8 years old. I think you get to a point in your life where you got to block certain things out just to go forth with good stuff. You know, you got to get rid of the bad and make room for the good. And I was there from 8 till 18 years old. I remember actually it was when I turned 18 years old. I still had about a year and a half of high school left. I think I was in it was a year. I was out of junior going into senior high school, and when the foster agency came to me, they say, "Hey, Steve, you know, you're an adult now. You can't stay in foster care. Either you got to go to a boarding school style living, or you're more than welcome to go back home if you like."
Like 18.
18, man.
Like out,
bro. You know. Well, it wasn't really out, but that's how I looked at it.
That
like,
parachute or that safety net.
That
so
safety
from
net
there,
was gone, man.
then you sought them out. Did you look them
No,
up?
I mean that is the thing too. When we were in foster care, we still had visits with my parents, my biological parents. It wasn't like they were just out of the picture, like we got taken and we were gone. You know, we talked to them. I talked to my mom on the phone, and we would have supervised visits, and then then towards the end, there's actually I always forget out the part where when I was about 14, 15 years old, my mom got to where she met all of her requirements, and we were able to actually go back home. But it was very short-lived. I think that's why I forget about it all the time. It was only for like 5 months, and then we were taken right back,
Yeah.
And so I always knew, I always had contact with my parents, you know. And then when I turned 18, they came to me and told me that, I didn't know how to face life right at that moment. So I just ran back home, and I stayed with my father for a little bit, and then that's just before my 21st birthday is when I said, you know what, I need to get out of here.
I'm sure that that makes you full of just it's gratitude.
Yeah.
Your foster parents. I mean, them taking care of you.
Awesome
I mean, there's been stories of kids that go into homes and they've had a horrible, just a hard time in that whole. But then there's some parents, these foster parents, that really do a killer job and take care of these kids. Like yourself. I didn't know that. I didn't know that about you. Living through that, and you've obviously had a good experience, the best you could possibly have.
I got two younger sisters. They actually, we were all together. We didn't get split up.
That actually helps, right?
It does. It helps a little bit. Yeah.
So I can see how that would lead to where it inspires you each day to take care of your daughter, make sure everything is good.
That's getting back to that. That's my inspiration, man. That's my drive. I wake up. I want my daughter to know that someone's always there for you.
Your hardship though was leading to her.
Exactly.
Her her good. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that, wow. Let's get to another question.
All right.
This is something that I'm always intrigued about too when guests come here. I love to know about failures.
Okay.
I love to know about because
you
what you just said, you did mention that you want to just get the bad out of your head, get that out of your heart, and move on. But I feel that we can't do that unless we learn from that failure, which we haven't. They're all part. I mean, if you don't go through that, you don't know what it is to be on that other end. And I'm proud of mine. I own mine. I love it. If I don't go through them, because it's remarkable. Like now I see how far I've come from certain things. My wife and I, we just had that conversation. She's going to be sitting here one day too. We're going to have a great talk. People are going to be like, "Whoa, we've had some great experiences together. It's the growth of our marriage and where we were and where we're at and just it's an amazing journey through." So that being said, those failures though, if I didn't go through them, man, I would never be where I'm at. It's not the successes of dollars or the successes of driving a Lambo. I'm not speaking about those kind of things. I'm speaking about just the failures that lead you to just one step when you're by yourself and you're in your own head. You tell yourself, you know what, I made it through that and I'm better for that. So dig deep. Give me one or two. What time when you hit that rock bottom or that failure where you're like,
it's
time.
I come back home after foster care. I still had my senior year of high school left, and when I was in foster care, I was a 4.0 GPA. I was at school every day, and then when I came home, it was now I didn't have that structure. I didn't have that structure at home. It just ran into my schoolwork too. What I would do is I was going to a VOTEC school, and my VOTEC was in the morning, and my academics were in the afternoon. So I would go to my VOTEC class, which was auto body, believe it or not. So,
I do need an oil change.
Well, that's auto mechanic, auto body.
Oh, auto body.
I was a straightening guy, bondo, paint,
gotcha.
painting cars, and
that's so much I know.
Yeah, and it was. So what I would do is I could do my VOTEC. Long story short, I would skip out on my academic classes. And what they would do at that VOTEC class, the academic teachers would have one day a week where you could come in and make up work. So I was that guy. I come in and I do my work, and I was still carrying about a 3.0, 3.5 GPA just by coming in and making up work. Well, the guidance counselor called me in like 3 months before graduation, and she goes, "Hey, Steve, you're 18 years old. We get that feeling that you just don't want to be here anymore." So they booted me out of school. And at that time that must
have been a wake up.
It was a huge wake up, man. I mean,
that's like twice now that seemed like it happened. Yeah. Like, get out of the house and get out of the school.
Right. I mean, but the one I had no control over, the other one I did, and I laid my seed, and
there you go, man.
I rolled with it.
When you can control, that's I always say that too, and I post a lot on my social pages, and the one thing that we can control. You can't get smart. I mean, you can get smarter, but you have a level where you ultimately you cap out.
Yeah.
On certain things. But the one thing that we can control is the effort.
Mm-hmm.
It's the hustle.
That's
I put that out there, and it's just that's the one thing that we can control, and that you could have controlled that, man.
I could have.
You had every opportunity. Now the maturity level might have not been there.
Mm-hmm.
That was your fault.
Well, no,
so,
it was at that time.
But it still sits on you somehow.
Oh yeah, it still sits.
There's some things with me. My high school. I mean, I punted high school, man. I mean, got to a point where I was AB student.
Mm-hmm.
I was bored.
Yeah.
I was bored,
but
I could have.
A lot of what happened with me, man. I got bored.
Yeah, I could have smoked on through it and just not smoked through it, but smoked on meaning get crushed in and gone on to probably whatever school I wanted to. I'm sure we all can. We have the capability to do anything that we want to do.
That's it, man.
Well, I can't be a pitcher for the Yankees, but
But if you practice, you probably could have.
I probably could have, right? Yeah. But so how is that weighing on you now? We got a couple of minutes. So I want to.
I mean, it's not that it weighs on me. I mean, I just fall back to it. Sometimes
that's like your springboard saying, I'm not going to be that guy
exactly.
again.
I'm not going to be that guy ever again.
I can see the drive. That's what I say. When I talk about it, you have it. I just see that. I see that drive. Like I noticed last week, I asked you if you wanted to meet us for lunch.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, I will, but it's weird that I'm off on a Friday. Yeah. Like I should be working. Any day I'm not working, I'm not making money. I'm not taking care of my daughter. I'm not doing it. And I told you, I said, appreciate this day.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's not going to be many, man. The minute your face gets out here, they get to know you, they get to know your brand, it just happens. But it takes time.
Yeah, man.
And soon you're going to go, I need a day off.
Right. Those days I'm thinking, like, I need some work, man. I'm going crazy.
Yeah, you were like, I don't have anything to do today. It's kind of weird. But, you know, but you have to love what you do, and every day.
Oh, yeah.
Every day's a blessing. You know, it goes to that. So I'm going to ask you 4 words.
4 words.
We're going to go to lightning round. We got about a minute left.
Oh,
I'm going to ask you 4 words. First one that comes to mind. Okay? Stephen Henderson. Manliest man I know. Beard and all. Here's your lightning round. Are you ready? First word. Soft.
Oh, chocolate chip cookies.
Chocolate chip cookies.
Soft and chewy, bro. Out of the microwave. Oh, yes.
Chocolate chip cookies? Jack, would you say chocolate chip cookies? Soft.
Soft. I don't know. I was
You know those soft and chewy brand?
I'm going with cookies. I like that.
Yeah,
Good
chocolate.
answer.
You know.
Christian, when he's matching you in the paint, soft.
Oh, he is soft.
He's-
Yeah. There we go.
All right,
Makes more sense.
number 2, kitten. Kitten.
Kitten.
Come on, came to mind already.
Hello Kitty.
like the doll.
The doll, yeah.
The doll.
That comes
you
from
were
my
gonna say
daughter.
meow.
Yeah.
Meow.
Got
No, I got a daughter. It comes. That was one of her
I'm
favorite.
asking you the
little
manliest
characters.
questions I know, man. All right, here's
See that, but that gives you a little insight to me. Yeah, I
There
might
you
have
go.
the beard. I'm like, "Brah," you know.
that's
but
what I'm trying to drop. The next word. Caution on this one.
Okay.
Pink. Straight lace.
Uh-huh. All right, keep it nice.
We're, as the sign says, we're general audience. Rated G.
Okay. Rated G.
Pink.
Pink. Polka dots.
Polka dots. All right. That's good. And the last word of the lightning round, pajamas.
Oh, sleep time, bro.
There you go.
Bedtime.
There you go. All right, Stephen, man, that is it for this show. We got
That's
to know
it,
you,
man.
got to know your brand a little bit. We're going to have all his links up there. You do painting, resurfacing. I want to make sure I hit it all here. What else do you do? Accent walls, all that kind of
All that
stuff?
good stuff, man. We do garage floors, anything from a solid color to a chip base, epoxy.
And you put some flake in it.
Put some flake in it.
There you go. Say it again.
Flake.
Put some flake in
Put
it.
some flake in it.
All right, Stephen Henderson, America Painting, links up above. Thank you for joining us on Chatter, Southwest Florida. Next up, Nelson Fernandez from West Coast Auto Glass. Glad you guys connected too.
He's a great guy,
Back
man.
in the green room. So we'll see you on the flip side. Thanks, man.